Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kind Kids Live. I'm that Kimberly, and my guest today, which I will be bringing on here shortly, Mr. Sam and Miss Deborah will be piping in here. They're backstage right now, and we're going to have a fun discussion today on lots of things, depending on what they pick. Remember, it's the good old fashioned way of picking topics. Um, so, folks, just thank you all for joining us again. And we are live on a LinkedIn, Facebook, that Kimberly, and as well as YouTube. So, wherever you want to watch this, please join us. Leave your questions in the comments, and we're going to give you some call to actions during the live as well. And if you're watching it on the replay, make sure you put in what industry you're from, or what you do, what company, and that way we know on the replay that you watched it. So, with that said, I want to say hello to one of our early listeners, Veronica Moreno. Thank you, Veronica, for joining us today. And thank you, Laura, as well, for joining us. And without further ado, I am going to bring in, ta-da, Deborah and Sam. Say hello, y'all.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Don't be so scared, Sam. I promise I won't do anything that I'm not supposed to.
I don't know. I don't trust you.
Afraid. I'm very afraid.
Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we kick it off and y'all pick the cards on what categories we will be in, please tell the audience who you are and where you're hailing from, and anything else exciting and fun about you.
I'll let Sam go first.
Oh, thank you. So I'm Sam Gaines. I am coming from Wiggum, Georgia, which, like I always say, is a suburb of nowhere. It's in rural Southwest Georgia. I have 20 years of experience in the multifamily industry, and I do consulting with supplier partners in the industry right now, and I also help with my family farm. So I'm a farmer / consultant.
Wow. What kind of farming is that?
We lease our fields to a farmer that grows cotton and peanuts, and more peanuts this year since the market's so bad. And we also have beef cattle of our own.
Oh, we got to start ourselves a little farm boy over here.
Just a little bit.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Deb DeRuin. I am with Designs by Homes, been in multifamily my entire adult life. So, I'm pretty well versed on both sides. I've spent half of my career on the management side and the other half on the vendor side. And
supplier partner.
I know, supplier partner. I'm a supplier partner. And I'm from Houston, Texas, specifically Cypress, also known as the Northwest Side.
West Side. H-Town.
H-Town. Cypress.
Yeah. So, just a little fun fact, Deborah is probably an hour away from where I am, and that's Humble, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston as well.
Which you're pronouncing your city incorrectly.
I know, but I
the
love
H
the
is the H is silent. It's humble.
Wait.
Humble.
Humble?
Yes. Humble. They know you're not from here when you mispronounce that. So
God,
no
Texans
defense.
are so pretentious.
Stop it right now. You watch it, mister. Only us Texans can bash our Texans, but we don't do those things.
I just alienated like a significant portion of the country.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Like, thank you, Blaze. He says, heard Cypress is hard.
That's right.
And thank you for that, Blaze, as well as Valerie, CYP. I love it.
She was born and raised in Cypress.
Woo! And then Thank you, Elaine Delude. She's hailing from the Washington, D.C. area, Metroplex, and beyond. One of my favorite people, as well as Miss Laura Lustus.
Yeah.
Hey, Deb and Sam. So, thank you guys for joining us. It's going to be a fun Kind Kids day. And since both of you all are going to become regulars, you guys have standing invites. So, whenever I'm really hoping to like teach you guys how to do this so I don't always have to be on. You think it's possible? Can we make that happen? Can I get a commitment for Sam? Okay, Deb, it looks like Sam's saying, hell no.
No, Sam, you're stuck.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
You're stuck. It doesn't matter what
Fine.
you want
Sam,
anymore.
you were one of the most technology savvy folks that I know, so I just don't understand why you're so worried about those things.
You got to.
I'm just worried about my internet. If the herd moves between me and the cell tower, it's over.
Well,
We should just call you Farmer Sam.
yeah, Farmer Sam for sure.
I think that should be your hashtag, Farmer
Yes,
Sam.
Farmer
Hashtag
Sam.
Farmer Sam.
Own it and dominate it. So,
Yeah.
okay, kids, we are going to be staying in our lane and just sharing the knowledge that we've learned. And so I'm going to, I just want to remind the viewers that jump on, if you have to jump off of one platform like LinkedIn, you can just go to shore.by/thatkimberly to see what other platforms we're on today. But so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and stick the cards up.
All right.
I got to go this way. Sorry. Who's picking first? Who's picking first?
Let's do orange.
Orange. This is the orange rest. Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. You get your choice.
Okay.
Operations or sales. You don't have to tell me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. In multifamily, because you're both from multifamily,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel that it is different than, say, the previous industry that you came from, unless you have always been born and raised in multifamily?
For me, I essentially have. I mean, I think Deb said, her entire adult life and my entire adult life. So like the last 2 years.
Okay, so how is multifamily different when it comes to the sales cycle than other industries? Would you say the sales cycle is long, medium, or short?
I think it varies by product.
Okay.
Very much.
Very much. I mean, there's products that are, a lot faster to turn, maybe lower commitment, lower monthly cost. And those can turn. And then you've got your bigger deals, like your tech sales. I mean, those take forever. I mean, just a property management software system.
Oh, yeah.
To get something like that converted over, it's a big deal. So that is a sales cycle that will take some time.
Yeah. At least.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I think a lot of it has to do with the commitment that people have to make to whatever the product is, and the length of the impact it's going to have on their operations, going forward. So.
And the size of the company also will impact the sales cycle too. So you've got your bigger companies with many, many layers of people that you have to go through versus smaller companies where you're talking to the one person who can say yes or no, and you can, tie it up real fast.
Well,
and in multifamily, I would just add that it is significantly different as well, whether it's an ownership, a company that owns their properties or most of their properties, or if they're fee managed. If they're fee managed, small or large, the sales cycle is always going to be a lot longer. There's a lot more people that they have to factor in.
Well, I have to tell you guys that I did not come from multifamily. I mean, it feels like after 15 years that, I was born and raised, but I definitely cut my teeth on an extremely hard time with an extremely hard product to sell when I started, because I came from copier sales, if you will, outside of multifamily. And since we were brand new, we were startup back, in 2003. Wow, that seems like a long time ago. And we were selling a product that nobody else had been able to scale on a national level. It did, and I only knew one person in the multifamily space, and that person's no longer in multifamily. our sales cycle went from 3 years down to, I think, maybe about 6 months. I think the quickest turn I'd ever done was in 7 days, and that was I will always remember this, Corman in the Northeast. It was definitely it was an owner very well known in the Northeast, but it took someone else to introduce me to the head of marketing, and he was just at the right space at the right time interviewing ILSs for video, and I just came in there and got that contract in 7 days. That was like unheard of.
Yeah.
But that was we'd already been in business several years, so it is a long, I feel the software companies definitely have the hardest sales cycle for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, you get lucky when you catch someone that has an immediate need, or
Oh, lucky.
yes,
You're right.
time. Yeah. Like they just talked about it, or you're like Kimberly and you've got the ability to instantaneously build a lifetime relationship with people, which I'm not being you are.
Well, I just have I feel all sales people, you two are those as well, and marketing people too. We do have we have a canny way of connecting with the right people in the right way, because you're genuinely interested most of the time, and that's how you maintain that relationship, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
be nice, be kind.
Well, be authentic. People
Yeah.
don't people don't like fake. So
Right.
and they see through that immediately. So I think being an authentic, honest person and a straight shooter with people goes very, very far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes me think, I remember some of the worst advice someone gave me early on in sales was, I think it was in a situation where a bunch of people were talking about sports, and I don't do the sports. It's just not my thing. And he said to me, you should pick a sport, a popular sport, like, golf, and take up golf, or follow football or baseball. And so I felt like, oh, that's so I can talk about that or whatever.
Yeah.
And I realized no matter how much I followed it, it just wasn't authentic. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And so I learned that instead of that was how to change the subject and go to something that we both could talk about.
I definitely wish I would have paid attention to all my dads and brothers, jibber jabber about baseball and football positions and everything else. I should know all that, but I just have a high level, and then I'm like, nah, I don't know. And I did take up golf, though, which I wish I would have taken up golf a lot sooner. Sam, I don't know if you remember the one NAA, we were out, and it was 100-degree heat somewhere.
Oh, that was Vegas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
And
we got up really early that morning. Yeah, I remember that.
And we had squirt guns, and it was back with the Eric Leonard days. And, it was so much fun, but it was really hot.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
And that was the year I decided not to play. So,
yeah.
But you still had a good time, right?
But I think we had a tent that day. I think we were just out in the sun.
Yeah, we had no tent. That was no tent day. You did not bring us the tent, Sam. We were very upset with you.
Oh, my responsibility. I flew in too.
And here goes the blame game.
Yeah.
No, and yet none of you thought about, hey, let's stop at Academy and get a tent before we go to the golf course.
I don't think there's Academy.
If I recall how that went was Kimberly the night before said, you should join us. And I said, oh, I was going to do something, but sure. What time do I need to be up? Like 5:30. So yeah, I did it, but I thought she had a plan.
Hey, Janet had the plan. Okay. I was just going along with it, and it was a good plan. It was water guns.
Good plan.
Yeah,
no heat strokes. We were good.
Yeah. We had water balloons. How could you beat that? Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we have some more. I do want to say hello to some folks that have more folks. We got Tracy. Thank you for joining us,
Tracy Moore.
Yes. And we have Fran from Sam Fran. Hi, Fran. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
See, that has to be Fran's hashtag. Fran from
Sam Fran. Yes.
Yeah, yep, that's a good one.
Yes. Oh, Veronica, we're always an early bird. That Kimberly. See, and this was a friend of mine that we met when my first office space I incubated at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Dallas. Shout out Dallas and the Hispanic Chamber. But we were a startup and we got our office space in an incubator program there. And so she was working there at the time. Her and I hit it off. But yes, I was always the early bird, Veronica, for sure.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, we got Michelle Anderson from Pennsylvania.
yeah, Michelle Anderson from PA.
She's a boss chick right
Yes,
there. That girl does triathlons.
I know.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's get to our next topic, folks. So everybody that's watching, now we're going to go and they're going to pick. I took out the. Yes, I did. I took that one out. So maybe those that are on right now, after this question, you guys get to pick the color by putting in a
Ooh.
heart color after they pick this one, right? Does that make sense? The
Yeah.
topic. Go
Well,
ahead.
how many are there hearts in all of those colors on the?
Yeah, there are. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I've never inspected the heart selections.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she uses a lot of heart emojis.
She
I
would
believe in
know.
heart
She
emojis.
would
I
know.
do.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yes.
about that later, Kimberly.
Yeah. Anyways, Diane says hello from Dallas too, and we got AJ from
Georgia.
Macon, Georgia. Everybody's showing up. Thank you guys so much. So,
Mhm.
okay, folks, are you guys picking a color? Help me out here.
Yep. Come on. Or do you want Sam? Sam the farmer? Sam.
Green.
Yes. It's the green. So that means, just for everyone, we're gonna talk about technology really quick, and then whoever's on, you can pick from purple, a yellow, a red, and a blue for the next question for them to choose. Okay.
Mhm.
So technology. Let's see technology. I know Sam thinks that he doesn't have any new technology, but I feel like he does. What did we learn? What have we learned from the StreamYard software?
Oh,
Sam?
Hmm?
Deb?
That it does require an amount of bandwidth. There is a minimum requirement.
which is why Sam looks like he's rocking an odd filter.
That's why I'm using an old camera or something like that. No, I haven't actually run it behind the scenes like Kimberly has yet, but from everything that I understand of it, they're very unique in what they do, and there's not a lot of options out there to stream to multiple platforms at once. So
yeah, it's really cool. It's pretty user friendly too. So so it's a great little program. I like it.
Yeah. Diana says, LOL, Sam's favorite topic.
Now she says, talk about tech from yesterday. What was yesterday's tech?
Oh, what was yesterday? Oh, darn it, Diana. I don't remember yesterday. Jeez.
Is she talking about the Do As We Do?
Oh, she says that you got so advanced.
Is she talking about the Do As We Do live?
You were so advanced.
Talked about.
No, we're missing. Sorry, Diana.
Sorry.
Yeah, my brain might have been not gotten. I got 4 hours of sleep last night because it just didn't work out, right?
Yeah, we actually, it's just that we just don't listen to Diana when she's talking.
Yeah. Like, whatever. You be nice to Diana. Diana, you need to make a phone call to Sam later. Okay, so the audience has spoken.
We have a purple and a blue.
Yeah, Tracy picks green,
which we just did.
Oh, sorry, Tracy. Okay, Michelle picks purple, and Veronica picks blue. So you two, we're going.
Next?
So you guys, you guys tell us. You two get to. They picked the initial, which narrowed it down, got rid of these two. So
let's go with purple.
Oh, purple!
This is pretty.
Thank you, pretty. We like some purple. Sorry, Veronica. If we have time, we will hit that blue. Oh, and Valerie picks purple too. Okay, so
very cool.
So this is called mindfulness.
Yes.
Ha.
Mindfulness.
Thank you, Laura. Red, white, and blue. You're so sweet. Okay, so mindfulness.
So what do you think about this is a good topic right now, considering, everything that we're going through. Like, it is a really good time to like really dive into mindfulness and start doing some things for your own mental health right now.
Okay, then why don't I'm going to switch it up. Let you come up with the question for Sam and I.
Okay.
And
So,
you to answer.
well, I'm curious, I mean, obviously you've been stressed out. Like, what has been your go-to? What have you implemented into your life that is healthy? Because we've all implemented a lot of alcohol, so I don't really want to like really, talk about that too much. We just spoke on the positive. Let's talk about the positive things that we've added into our lives during COVID.
Okay, Sam, I'm gonna let you go first.
For me, so I mean, everybody's stuck at home, but I'm here in the middle of nowhere, and so for my relief, my fun, I usually would go on road trips to see friends every few weeks, or work would have me traveling every few weeks. So I don't really have that anymore. So I try to do, which I think a lot of people are doing, more Zooms with people, or at least FaceTime instead of a regular phone call, because I think I notice the way I feel after I hang up the phone, especially if it's been a rough day or whatever. It's just very different to have that type of conversation instead of just over the phone. And I also try to help more people now. There are a lot of people that should not be out going to get the things they need and running their errands. So I try to do that for my parents and some other folks to fill my time, and volunteering with Do As We Do as well. Just fill my time with different things, since I'm not as busy in other ways anymore.
Yes.
Well, Sam is a saint. I just have to say that. And I say that with the biggest heart, because he does take on a lot where he's at and what he's doing for his parents and everybody in his community. So my hat goes off to you, Sam, because that would cause me to drink.
Oh, there's no time for drinking.
I know. Okay, so for me, let's think. I definitely have started on a new regimen of just getting out at 6:30 to go walk in the morning, even though it's still 100 degrees in Houston, and taking more time in the morning to either listen to a meditation, on YouTube. Esther Hicks or Jay Shetty are two of my go-to people. I don't know if you've ever heard of Jay Shetty, but he was a monk. And once he got out of monk school in like 2015 or so, I don't remember, he was denied to be a monk, but he went through the schooling and everything. And he has got the #1 mindful podcast on Apple. And he did that in just like from 2015 in 5 years, like really in 3. He became really popular in the last 2 years. So amazing.
And that's a good example of staying in your lane for him. He stayed in his lane, even when other people wanted to push him out. He stayed in his lane, and
he's teaching the teachings of what he learned at being a monk. And then he also talks about relationships, because him and his wife, they're such an adorable couple. And he talks about how they met and what, and just gives advice as well on relationships, because they're newly married. So that's always helpful on the days that maybe I need a little bit of help, being nicer to my sweet boyfriend, because I can be a little pent up energy from time to time in his environments.
Oh.
Kimberly, pent up energy.
Veronica asked, what's the name of his podcast? Just put in Jay Shetty. You can't miss it. It will come up. Jay Shetty is amazing. And then I also do my best I enjoy animated movies a lot. Like I watch them over and over again to keep me laughing, or because like if I find a new movie and there's any kind of violence or something that just kind of throws me off, I never know whether how I'm gonna feel about it after COVID, because in COVID I'm hypersensitive, obviously. But I'm just getting out more. I've started to just try to get more into my routine, staying committed to things like this. Especially after my last trip to El Paso, I realized that if I don't do things to help me release that energy, it could be, off the rockers. So
Self-care is so important right now. So important. Self-care is so important.
Oh yeah. If I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of my mother. And it definitely was
can't take care of your other relationships.
Yeah.
You're a mess.
Absolutely. 100%.
And everybody's routine is off. I mean, you even if you don't enjoy your job, or you have half the time you like it and half the time you don't, you're no longer going to the office. You're no longer going to your favorite place for lunch with the one coworker you like, or all the coworkers you like. So the little things that you took for granted are gone. And for me, it's a little bit different than other people. But I know that it's easy when you're stuck at home to just constantly be on your phone, just watching TV, just flipping through channels. I unfortunately don't have satellite or cable or Wi-Fi out here. So limited Wi-Fi, I should say. So I have a lot of movies that I've downloaded, and even though it's the same ones over and over, whenever I realize like I haven't watched one in a while, I stop myself, and whatever I'm doing, whatever app I'm using, I close it and I take 2 hours to watch a movie, because just like you've got to have a break in the routine that you've now built up, the unhealthy routine. You got to force yourself to do different things, and to know when to tell people around you, I need a break, and you can't leave, but I need a break. Just let me have my moment.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you do, Deb?
I took up, which is crazy, I took up running during COVID.
That's, hey.
One of those. You took up a healthy habit.
Amongst some other not so healthy. There I do have some of those too. Okay, it's not all rainbows and sunshine over here, honey. But so I'm running. That's really helped me. Like, I've really become dependent. Like, I'll have days where I haven't ran. Like, if I've skipped like 2 days or 3 days, I feel my anxiety getting really out of control. Like, my chest will get tight, and I'm like, I just need to go run.
And you have a son and a husband at home with you.
Yep.
So that definitely.
Two kids. Well, my oldest is 20, and then I have an 11-year-old, and so I'm running, and I'm practicing more self-care, like with my quiet time in the morning. And I have cut out the news. I won't watch the news. I just want cliff notes on things I need to know from people, because it's just so negative and awful. And I'm not going to start my day with that crap either. So I'm like, turn it off.
I will say, because I'm a total news junkie, and if I had cable or the ability to stream unlimited, I would probably be watching the news a lot more. So it's, in a way, it's been a blessing, and it's been this way for me like 2.5 years now. It's a blessing that all the news I get, I choose it. I go on my phone or whatever and look it up, and I'm mostly reading it, watching short videos, stuff like that. But it's not constantly in my face. I think I always want people to like know what's going on and to stay up to date. They need to find a healthy way to do it. They need to know when to turn it off, and to go and read instead of watching it.
AJ Knight says, I feel you, Sam. I'm in the same boat. No cable or internet. If it's not on my phone, I can't do it. I mean, like, it's and Valerie gives you a big shout out there, Deb, that you're a running machine, and so does Michelle. She just keep on the running.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. And Veronica votes Team Deb. Yes, and running in the summer WTG. She lives in Dallas, and she feels like it's just so hot.
It is so hot, which is why I'm either early in the morning, which isn't often because I'm not a morning person.
But you're not a morning person? No. Should I stop texting you before a certain time?
No, you can keep texting. I just won't reply. Like, I have no problem not replying to people. Like, if I'm asleep or I'm just not feeling it, I'm like, but no, so I run a lot at night, and when it gets dark. But and it's still so hot. The humidity is killing me. But tomorrow I have a couple friends who are doing our very first 5K in the morning. And so I think we're going to start around 7 to just try and beat some of the heat. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'll be supporting you from inside.
In the air conditioning.
You're not going to be there with squirt guns?
No.
Or water balloons and no tent?
No, I have to pack. I'm going to El Paso tomorrow, so I'll be supporting you really long distance. Really, really long distance.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll be thinking of you for sure.
Cool.
It definitely is. Another one of your fans, Tammy says, "Go Deb, run girl, run."
Run, Deb, run! I'm lining up like the new
Forrest Gump
Forrest
and
Gump. Yeah.
yep, and Jenny like peas and carrots.
Yes. Yes. Oh, Blaze. See, Blaze has a bike group, and there's a big group of them, and they go biking around the city or whatever every weekend. And
That's dangerous. I feel like I would fall off the bike,
well,
injure my head, and then make things so much more worse than
I think I just have to get used to, like, I feel like somebody's always going to run over me.
Yes.
So I, constantly be doing the I guess
over your shoulder.
Yeah. But you live in the country, Sam.
Well, I've actually thought about this. A friend of mine, she rides her bike all around, and I want to ask her. I'm like, because she rides on some roads, and I'm like, the road is so narrow, and it's country roads, and I was a teenager in this area, so I remember how I drove. So I'm just like, all it's going to take is some high schooler, bored to death, nothing to do this summer, and they're going to calm me down and like stash my body in a silo somewhere. Like, get this whole story worked out.
Throw you in a field.
Yeah.
They'll just say the cows ran over you.
Yeah.
Like trampled that day.
They'll find me in November when they gather the cotton.
Sam, I would come looking for you before then. If you did not return my phone call in less than 24 hours, I would definitely come looking for you. Promise.
No, don't worry. My mother would burn this place to the ground looking for me. So.
That's because you're a good son. She worries.
Sometimes.
All our parents. Sometimes. During COVID, I think we're all doing the best that we can with whatever we were handed. I definitely have to say that, especially having a mother with dementia and her not wanting to always shower. This morning, I had to be positive and upbeat. Like, okay, Mom, if you're not going to get in the shower when I'm not there, I get there tomorrow. So guess what we're going to be doing? And don't tell me what to do. And I'll, okay, love you. Gotta go. Bye.
I know. My mom is, I just had a good chat with my mom yesterday because she's stressed about work and everything that's getting to her.
Yeah.
And I had to have that whole like, Mom, I need you to stop. I need you to realize that you can't control everything. I had to do the whole like speech and calm her down and and I told her, I was like, you need to start doing something that's good for you. Cause she does, she's been sticking to her routine and just getting stressed and driving herself crazy. So
yeah.
I must say, Kimberly, your calls about getting a shower are helpful. I appreciate that you started calling me, telling me, remind me to get showers as well. So it's made a very big difference.
But that's the beautiful thing about COVID is that you don't have to shower every week.
No.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to throw one personal note in there. I did in the first month, just jump out of bed, brush my teeth and grab my coffee. And because I wasn't leaving, I was not showering every single day. I would shower every other day. And my boyfriend's like, no, you can't do that anymore. And I realized why. Like it was, so I stopped that and I would get dressed or even at least jump in the shower, wash my face, brush my teeth, and throw my hair up in a ponytail. Like this new messy bun thing is just all I can. It's so hot here. My hair dries like that, and it has made me feel better because I would work. I would get up at 7 or 6 in the morning, have coffee, jump into work, and not even like at 6 at night, like and not get up from my computer. So at least it's
It's very easy to do that.
Yeah, and it's bad. It's bad for us. It's 100%. So I did realize that the first month that was, contributing to back pain and to stress levels that I had never even, as much technology that I have going on. And I love it. I love learning new stuff. I just sometimes have to just stop, and it's okay. It's okay to stop working. It was a hard lesson to learn. For sure.
Yep.
We have one random question from Diana. What's your spirit animal? I can tell you what mine is.
I don't know. Am I supposed to know that? Is that a book? Should I Google that real quick? Oh, the unicorn.
I can't help but say what would be it would have been funny if you'd like flipped out of your chair right now. Not gotten hurt, but if like you that would have
That's
been
not very
totally
nice. This
YouTube
is my
fault.
spirit animal, and if anybody knows who what this unicorn is from, it's Agnes's fluffy unicorn that Diana's Bellasita won for me at a fair, and I hold it with treasure. The only person that's allowed to touch it is Brandon's little girl when she eventually meets me and Agnes's fluffy unicorn. But this is my spirit animal.
Your spirit animal.
Yeah. So what's yours? Come on, guys.
Well, I don't have a stuffed animal of it, but I'd say mine. But I have them. Mine would be a cow because it's just interesting to sit and watch them, and I just think like I mean, aside from like the ending, that part of it really sucks for them, but I just sit and watch them, and I'm like, what a life! Like you've got all this land to roam, you know, you get to play with each other as much as you want, got little babies to take care of, and you just eat and fart all day. That's it.
I mean, it sounds like
life.
a legit life.
Totally do. Yeah. And there's definitely like a hierarchy there. You know, there's the more social ones that kind of run the show. There's the bullies. So yeah, I totally.
In every living group of species, it's like that. There's
Hierarchy.
groups in hierarchy.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the cows.
Even the cows.
Sam, you don't have one favorite cow? Don't you name them? Or do you not name them?
I can't name all of them because it would be difficult because they all start to look alike. But like Beyonce, I miss her. She went across the rainbow. But RBG for really big girl. There's always the one that is more not aggressive, but is less afraid to come up to you, and that's the lead one. If you can get that one to follow you where you want them to go, then the rest of them will follow. The herd literally follows. And RBG would be one of those. So.
Well, Laura Lestis says, Sam, we are so related. I know it. Yeah. She has got long horns and she can make,
and
oh my God.
And
horses. And she's like, you're the cow whisperer. She's the longhorn whisperer and the baby donkey, right? She has a baby.
It's a mini horse.
A mini horse.
Like it gets to hang out in the house. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome standing around in the kitchen and turning around and seeing a mini horse behind you. I love it. Yes. I mean, I was like, I could get used to this out here. I think I'm going to move my family in with the leftists.
like Sam was just going to volunteer. He's like, I think I'm going to come to Texas and live with you, Kim. I was like, sure, no problem. Yeah. You'll never notice. And I was like, I'm sure I won't.
Are you kidding? 2.5 years without Wi-Fi? I'm just going to go into a room, close the door, and finish Netflix. Whole thing.
Jeez. Well, we got lots of people. Diana says the cheetah for her. And we got Ryan.
Ryan's a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. And then yes, Laura says the mini. Fran is an elephant. Her favorites, her spirit animal is the elephant. And then another fan of the cows are fascinating. She is hashtag Sam Gaines team. Yay! Like to watch them and apologize.
To clarify, it's complicated, but I'm a vegan, so
yes, he is a
very
vegan.
Complicated relationship.
Veronica, he is a vegan. Can you believe that?
Very complicated relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
She says monkey is her spirit animal, and then we have another Ryan says tequila and tacos.
I like the way Ryan thinks.
Yeah. Well, Deb,
what do you think my spirit animal would be if you guys had to guess? What do you think it would be? Someone told me one time that my spirit animal was the owl, and I don't really.
Wise.
I don't know. I never looked into it.
Well, owls are very wise, and they're mystical. They're mystical birds. I've always heard the people that like owls.
Well, I'm very mystical and wise. There we go. I'm the owl.
Well, what would be your spirit animal?
God, I don't know.
It's
because I love all the animals. I don't want to pick one.
You're gonna have an arc of all your spirit animals.
No, I live in like one of those suburban master plan communities with tiny yards, and so I have out in my flower bed, I randomly will collect little metal farm animals.
Hmm.
So I have like a little goat and a little chicken, and I call it my starter farm.
Michelle said goat for Deb. She called
Goat,
it.
goat.
Yeah.
Tracy says Hooters.
What? I'm confused. Is that an
What?
inside joke,
Oh.
T? Tracy, you're going to have to come on with Deb and explain that later,
Hooters.
okay?
And then Ron says spider monkey.
Yeah, Ryan, spider monkey. That's awesome. Well, you know, the first time I was asked that several years ago about unicorn, and they said, you know, that's not a real animal. I said, yes, it is. It is, and the next generation is making unicorns cool again, thanks to Despicable Me and the fluffiest unicorn. I've always loved me some unicorns. One day I'll show you my collection. But yes, the unicorn is an amazing.
Yeah, I do love the unicorn too.
And Tracy loves unicorns too. And she said yes, Deb. So the next live you come on, you're going to be on with Tracy, whether I'm on or not. I might just be behind the scenes like I was last night. Once Sam gets some real strong Wi-Fi connection, we're going to definitely teach him behind the scenes as well, because I know that he can man this with no problems, right?
I'm sure
Yes.
Yes, you can. So we're going to wrap up, and I want to thank every single person that joined us here today. And everybody, we gave big shout outs to y'all. This was a very interactive time. And anybody who is watching us, please, share with your friends. And if you do want to be on Kind Kids, reach out. Everybody knows somebody on here, and they can reach out to that person or reach out to me directly. And if you watch on the replay, we want to remind everybody to let us know where they were watching that replay from. And before we close out, I want each of you to tell everyone how they can connect with you if
She audio just left.
Yeah.
But you can reach me at any of the social media outlets. You can find Deb DeRuin, and send me a message or a request.
Yep, same for me. I'm anywhere there is social media, I am there in some way, shape, or fashion. So Sam Gaines, you can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, wherever you may be.
I didn't mean to hit that button so quickly, but that was really funny. Yes, you are anywhere can be found. And if you just put in your hashtags, now you might be finding Sam and Deborah very easily when you just put those hashtags into Google. So please definitely reach out to these hilarious folks. And we will be here next Friday. I will be in El Paso, so it's going to be a kind of up in the air shoot as to what occurs. It might be my mom. I don't know. It might be me and Deb. It might be Sam and I. I don't know. I'm going to just play this one by ear, because the last time I didn't, I put a little too stress on myself. That's the other thing I realized during COVID, not to get overwhelmed by my commitments, right? Because that
gotta know when to take a step back.
Yes, absolutely. I'm getting better at it every single day. Every single day.
When to have another drink.
It's a work in progress, right? But we will be here one way or another. So we appreciate everyone for joining us with our Kind Kids Speak, staying in our lane and just sharing with what we know with you all. And until next week, we'll see you then here.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks. See you next Friday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.